Right, good morning and welcome to the ESPO Management Committee today. This meeting is being broadcast live on YouTube and will also be available for after the meeting. We've received apologies today from Councillor Andy Coles of Peterborough, and we welcome Councillor Rylan Ray, who is substituting for. Also from Councillor Andrew Haighes from Lincolnshire, Councillor Andrew Jamieson from Norfolk, Councillor Jane James from Norfolk, Councillor Peter Butlin from Warwickshire, and Mrs Wright from Leicestershire. Following members are joining us online. We have Councillor Neil Shaler and also Councillor Stephen Ferguson will be joining us shortly as he's needed to attend another meeting first. Right, our first item today is appointment of chairman. Leicestershire is the authority due to hold chairmanship for the municipal year ending June 2024. Mrs Maggie Wright, County Councillor, has been nominated to be chairman. However, she has given her apologies for today as she is attending a funeral, so has arranged for Mr Poland to chair the meeting in her absence. First of all, I'd like to move that Mrs Maggie Wright be appointed chairman for the ESPO Management Committee for this current municipal year. Please, can I have a seconder? And then members are also recommended to appoint Councillor Poland as chairman for this meeting of the ESPO Management Committee. And is this agreed? Can I have a seconder? Yeah, Councillor Rawlings. Yes, I agree with you. It's just a formal. Right, over to you, Poland.
Thank you very much and welcome all. So chairman's or chair's announcements. Firstly, I'd like to welcome the new members who are joining the ESPO Management Committee. Councillor Jane from Norfolk, Councillor Martin Watson from Warwickshire, Councillor Neil Shaler from Cambridgeshire, and Councillor Oliver Sainsbury from. As is the convention, I'd like to take the opportunity, if I may, on behalf of ESPO's Management Committee and ESPO's senior officers to reflect on just some of the achievements of Councillor Peck in his capacity as chairperson of the ESPO Management Committee for the period June 2022 to June 2023. He has achieved a trading surplus of 5.9 million, which is 0.2 million ahead of budget, and a record surplus for ESPO. ESPO's procurement services have created a rebate income of 10.5 million and year-on-year growth of circa 1.5 million. Overseen the successful approval of planning permission and principal contractor appointment for a 26,000 square foot warehouse extension to the Grove Park site, where with construction set to start this August for a summer of 2024 completion. Progressed the business development agenda, including the My School Fund partnership with Sainsbury's, generating over £100,000 of cash back to schools, and significant growth into Scotland via the Scotland Excel framework, and international sales of over 200,000 from a standing start coming out of the COVID period. And he's overseen a robust governance framework for health and safety, legal compliance, flexible working and employee well-being. So we'd like to put on our record our thanks to them. Item 3, election of vice chairman. Councillor Andy Coles from Peterborough has been nominated as vice chairman for the municipal year ending June 2024. I'm happy to move this recommendation. Can I have a seconder, please? Notice Oliver Sainsbury there, so thank you very much. We confirm Councillor Coles as vice chair. Item 4, Minutes of the meeting held on the 22nd of March 2023. I move that the minutes of the meeting held on the 22nd of March 2023 be approved. Can I have a seconder, please? Councillor Rawlings, thank you. So they are duly approved. Item 5, to advise for any items that the chairman has decided to take as urgent elsewhere on the agenda. There are no urgent items. 6, declarations of interest in respects of items on the agenda. Do any members have any declarations at all? I see none. So that then takes us to item 7, items referred by the Finance and Audit Subcommittee. There are no items referred by the subcommittee. The issues considered by the subcommittee are covered in item 13, which appear elsewhere on this agenda. Takes us to item 8, which is the Director's Progress Update. For item 8, Christian Smith, Director of ESPO, will introduce his progress update since the previous meeting. Christian, over to you.
Thank you, Chair. So, purpose of the update is to inform Management Committee of the actions and progress made since the last update, which was provided in March 2023. It's hopefully a familiar report by now in 3 sections. Section 1 is the financial performance. You've got data 1 month to April. But there are financial documents later on in the agenda that takes you a bit more up to speed, but this is just 1 month to April. After 1 month, the surplus of 0.6 million has been made, which is 0.3 better than budget. And it's been a really good start to the year. Early volumes are ahead of budget. Cost continues to be tightly controlled. And as a reminder, for the full year, the budget is a surplus target of 6.2 million. It is very early, but our latest guidance for the full year is a trading surplus of 6.2 million, which will be in line with budget. In terms of digging in a bit deeper into sales and margin, you can see total sales for April were 5.5 million, which were 0.4 million better than budget and 0.9 million better than last year. Store sales were up by 12% to budget, and the gross profit margin percentage for stores was at 32.4%, which is ahead of budget. Direct to sales was slightly down at £1 million, just 0.1 below budget. You'll notice the gross profit margin for direct is slightly suppressed, and this is largely due to a mix in the products sold in April, but also orders being fulfilled for customers that ordered in the previous year and therefore previous year's pricing. But we do expect the margin to return to normal for the rest of the year. Rebate income is very pleasing at 1.5 million, is in line with budget and up 31% on last year. And overall, our gross profit margin, you can see, is 2.6 million, which is 0.3 million better than budget. What's key is expenditure as a percentage of sales. And at the April, the KPI was 35.5%, and that's 4.4% better than budget. So just moving on to ETL and Edgezone, which are limited companies which serve the private sector. Again, very early days, but you can see our ETL business serving international and private sector customers has started strongly with sales ahead of budget. But you can also see Edgezone, our business focusing on early years in the UK, is slightly behind budget, but is ahead of last year. I'm going to move on to section 2, which is about operational progress. And it's the normal volume and performance metrics that members who've served a while on the committee will be used to. And you can see that we've dispatched over 85,000 order lines valued at over £3 million, made nearly 11,000 deliveries. Warehouse picking was performed at a rate slightly below budget, but there or thereabouts, and the quality assurance target was better than budget. Our customer services teams handled over 3,000 calls across the 5 service channels. Average wait times across all the teams was 22 seconds, with 97% of calls answered. Our FIFO customer rating has also improved to 96%. Stock availability is looking good as well at 98.3%. So that's another key stat we look at. And our internal IT help desk is at 100% satisfaction rating for internal customers. I do just want to take the opportunity to give members an update on our Grove Park development. Following previous updates to Management Committee, the project to extend the Grove Park warehouse is moving forward under the governance of the Project Board. I'm pleased to inform you we've now received planning permission from Leicestershire County Council. We've appointed our principal contractor, Galliford Try, and they've prepared a detailed construction programme which will see the site mobilisation begin on the 10th of August. Delivery during the build programme, we'll plan for ESPO staff to park in the adjacent car park because our current car park will be used for the building programme. And our overall project cost is forecast at just over 5.9 million, which includes a healthy 780,000 contingency, and it sits within the parameters agreed already by management committee. We expect to complete the project by Q2 of 2024, and I will continue to provide updates to management committee as that project develops. Final section of this report is staffing, and you'll see our sickness figures for the period. Sickness levels are currently tracking much lower than 22-23. The 12-month rolling average was 7.7 days in May, and this is against a corporate target for Leicestershire County Council of 7.5 days. The reasons for sickness absence are listed there, which include stress, depression, stroke, mental health issues, cold, cough and flu, and musculoskeletal. Working quite hard on recruitment and retention. We have all the same challenges as other public bodies at the moment in this space, and you can see some of the initiatives we've got there, including reviewing our external media, looking to recruit a resourcing advisor, and looking whether a promotional film will be a good way of attracting people into the organisation. In terms of learning development, two main things to report. One is that mandatory training completion rates is something we continue to work on and share. And secondly, we have a bespoke learning programme being scoped out to ensure our procurement and commercial staff are in a good place with the new procurement rules coming in so that they are adequately trained. Finally, just to let you know, the ESPO leadership team held its quarterly review of health and safety and wellbeing and major risk records, and the top risks are attached as Appendix 2. So members are asked to support and note the contents of the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christian. Do any members have any questions, comments, anything of that sort? Yes, Councillor Ray.
Thank you, Chair. And thank you very much for your report. Can I just ask, if we're 0.3 million better than budget after 1 month, why are we only forecasting to be on budget at year end rather than at least 0.3 million ahead? Is that where we've received income that we were forecasting for a future month, or, you know, if we're already up, where are we going to lose it in the next 11 months?
Sure. I think we take a prudent approach to these things, and you know, a 1 month trading, that means by definition there's 11 months where you haven't traded. I think what's really difficult at the moment is high levels of inflation and the impact that's going to have on demand, and sometimes that doesn't materialize instantly, so there's a time lag between putting a price up and receiving loan volume. So we're just being a little bit prudent at this stage, and if all other things being equal, then I agree with you, we would end up in that position, but there'll be a lot of twists and turns along the way, so we've just kept it at what we think we can achieve.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't a month coming up where we're expecting to lose 0.3, so that's brilliant. Thank you.
Councillor Rawlins.
Just regarding the stock availability, Christian, I know we had some supply issues, you know, following the worst part of the pandemic. Are those all resolved now?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Yeah, stock availability is a lot stronger than it was this time last year. I wouldn't want to say they're all resolved, but the actions we've taken have certainly ameliorated some of those challenges. So you can see the stock availability figures akin to what it would have been pre-COVID. I think a lot of those big macro issues where containers are in the wrong place, etc., have kind of worked through, and we've adapted as well, in all honesty. So we've got internal governance that gets people together to look at tackling those supply chains specifically, and we probably would have done that in the past. And we've also taken more stock in truth, so we've got more stock cover. So yeah, things seem to be settling down. I picked up actually in my second report for the people who are kind of directly involved, they are showing good signs of both prices and availability settling down.
Any other questions? I don't see any. So can I move the update provided by the director be noted. Could I have a seconder for that, please? See Councillor Rawlins, thank you. Okay, so that takes us to item 9, and thank you very much for the report, Christian. Takes us to item 9, which is dates of future meetings. Future meeting dates for the Management Committee for 2024 are detailed on the agenda. Future meetings of the ESPO Finance and Audit Subcommittee are proposed to be held on the 14th of February 2024 and the 9th of October 2024. I move these dates are accepted. Can I have a seconder for that, please? I see Councillor Ray. Thank you very much. Right, the next meeting of the committee will be held on the 20th of September 2023, 10:30 County Hall in Glenfield. Item 10, any other items which the chairman has decided to take as urgent. As I previously said, there aren't any. Takes us to item 11, exclusion of the press and public. I move that in accordance with the Local Government Act 1972, the public be excluded from the meeting for the remaining items of business on the grounds that they are likely to disclose exempt information. Can I have a seconder for that if possible? I see Councillor Rawlins. Great, that's fast. Can we?
Waiting for confirmation.
Wonderful.